Right now, your body is running a constant conversation about food. Hormones report how much you've eaten and what's in your gut. On those nights when you're staring into the fridge, feeling like you have no self-control, you're really just hearing that conversation. And one of the quietest voices there, GLP-1 saying, "Food's here, we're full, you can stop now." The GLP-1 weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy don't magically burn fat. They turn up GLP-1's volume so that quiet we're full message finally cuts through the noise. In this video, we zoom into that hormone conversation and see what it really means for your hunger and that unending urge for late night snacks. Before we turn your hunger into a group chat, let's see what's actually happening in your body. Inside you, hunger isn't a single switch. It's like a live conversation between your gut and your brain. Your stomach has stretch sensors and hormone-releasing cells. When it's mostly empty, they release Ghrelin, a hormone that rises before meals and tells your brain, fuel is running low, time to find something to eat. Running alongside that, the vagus nerve works like a glowing cable, sending status updates from your organs into deep brain regions that help decide how hungry you feel. Further down in your gut, specialized cells sample what you eat. When real nutrients like carbs, fats, and protein arrive, they release hormones like GLP-1 into your bloodstream to signal that food has arrived. GLP-1 then talks to your pancreas to help match insulin release to the food you just ate and can dial down signals that would push blood sugar even higher. It also nudges circuits in your brain to say, "We're getting full, ease off." And it slows how fast food leaves your stomach, so one meal actually sticks around long enough for your brain to notice. Meanwhile, your reward and habit circuits are taking notes of what tasted good and when it usually shows up. And over time, they learn patterns like every night at 9 p.m. there's a snack. So your hunger isn't one switch. It's stomach stretch, hormones, nerves, reward, and habits, all feeding into one ongoing conversation about energy. To keep this simple, let's compress that whole conversation into one idea, an appetite feed between your gut and your brain. Think of it as one stream of messages. Some say, "I'm running low, we need energy." Others say, "Food has arrived, we're okay now." Others tag certain foods with, "That felt good, do it again." When everything works, these messages balance out. You get hungry, you eat, fullness pushes back, and the urge to keep eating fades into the background again. Now zoom into one key junction in that appetite feed, and the traffic starts to look less like a road and more like a notification screen. Each hormone and nerve signal becomes a little avatar in a group chat. Ghrelin is the urgent notification. Battery low, I'm hungry, we should eat. Reward is like that hype friend who keeps shouting, "That felt really good last time, do it again." Habit is the calendar reminder on autopilot. This is when we usually eat. And GLP-1 is the quiet moderator that speaks up once food arrives and says, "Fuel is here," or "We're getting full, you can relax now when you've had your fill." Before a meal, Ghrelin, dopamine-driven reward circuits and habits lead the conversation, and GLP-1 is almost silent. As you eat and nutrients reach your gut, GLP-1 rises. The moderator unmutes. "We're okay, you can slow down." By the end of a normal meal, fullness signals tilt the whole chat. Your brain gets the summary. "We're safe, we're fueled, stand down." When this system works, hunger is just a brief flurry of notifications, a meal as the reply, and then everything settles back to normal. For millions of people living with obesity or type 2 diabetes, this appetite feed doesn't quiet down. On that feed, the hunger and reward signals can become overactive, while the "we're okay now" signals struggle to keep up. Ghrelin keeps pinging. Energy's low, you should eat. Habit chimes in. It's 9 p.m. already. This is snack time. Reward nudges. Remember how good that tasted last time? Do it again. GLP-1 is still there, faintly trying to say, "We're getting full, you can slow down," but its voice is drowned out by louder notifications. Genes and other hormones play a role, but chronic stress, poor sleep, certain medications, and years of ultra-processed foods can all pour fuel onto this feed, especially on hunger and reward. From the outside, that often gets judged as no willpower, but on the inside, it's a brain drowning in reasons to eat long after the body has technically had enough. So the real question is, can we safely tune this appetite feed, turn down the food noise without switching hunger off completely? That's exactly what GLP-1 medications are trying to do. But to see what they're really changing, we first need to understand what GLP-1 actually is. Glucagon-like peptide 1, or GLP-1 in short, is a hormone your body already makes. While you eat, cells in your intestine quietly release GLP-1 into your bloodstream, sending a simple message: food has arrived. From there, GLP-1 talks to several systems at once. In your pancreas, it helps beta cells release insulin when glucose is present, and when blood sugar is already high, it can dial down glucagon, helping smooth out after-meal spikes. In your brain, it boosts the "we are getting full" signals and turns down the urge to keep eating through both brain receptors and gut-brain nerve pathways. In your stomach, it slows how fast food leaves, so one meal sticks around longer and your brain has time to register fullness. So GLP-1 doesn't wipe out hunger, it reshapes it so the appetite feed feels calmer and that constant eat more push drops closer to a whisper. Drugs like Semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, and Tirzepatide, Mounjaro Zepbound, are designed to tap into this same system. In our group chat metaphor, these drugs hand the quiet GLP-1 moderator a much louder microphone. In clinical studies, these medications are linked to lower appetite, different food choices, and significant weight loss for many people, especially those with obesity or type 2 diabetes. But responses vary, they're not guaranteed, and they don't work like magic. They don't automatically fix stress, poor sleep, or someone's food environment, and they don't replace movement, nutrition, or resistance training. They can also cause gut-related side effects like nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea, with rare but more serious problems reported too. That's why they're meant for people with clear medical reasons, and only with a clinician who understands their history and goals. And if treatment stops, the appetite feed often drifts back toward its old pattern, so hunger and weight can rebound. The drug is never the whole story. At best, it's one tool that changes how loud the system feels, while the harder, slower work around sleep, stress, food environment, and movement is being built around it. So how should we see GLP-1 weight loss drugs in this story? Surely not as magic injections that fix willpower or shortcuts that guarantee a certain body. A better way is to see them as volume controls on the appetite feed, one tool that, for some people, and in the right context, can make a very loud system feel quieter while the slower changes around sleep, stress, food environment, and movement are being built. They can be life-changing for some and unhelpful or risky for others. That's why the decision belongs in a careful conversation with a clinician, not in an online comment thread. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this: your hunger is not a moral scorecard. It's a conversation between your gut and your brain, your genes and your history, and the world you live in. Understanding this conversation doesn't magically fix everything, but it can help you work with your biology instead of feeling like you're always fighting yourself. In the next video, we'll step into the reward lane, the dopamine-driven side of the appetite feed, to explore why some foods don't just call your name, they shout it. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only. For any health concerns, always consult a qualified healthcare provider. Until then, stay med-curious, stay healthy. See you again next time.